Good day, brethren. The good captain here from CapnsKustomWorks. And I had such a good time trying to review some e-liquids for you guys the first time out of the gate. I think we're going to keep this series going. Now, amusingly enough, short little chat about intellectual properties in the online world and whatnot, I was amazed when I started my other series, which you may have seen, beer reviews on my channel. If you haven't seen it, you should be watching it. Just stop this video and go watch some beer reviews first. This is nothing compared to beer reviews. No, hopefully this will be enjoyable to some of you guys. Regardless, you don't have to stop now. You can watch it later. Point being, when I started that series, I was absolutely amazed that nobody seemed to be using the term beer reviews as of yet, because they're beer reviews, and I could call it beer reviews, and how that's genius as far as I'm concerned. I mean, why did somebody not snap that up yet? Well, too darn late, because I did not. So there. Now, e-liquids is another story entirely. There's only so many things you can call them. You can call them liquids. You can call them juices, which strikes me as a little silly, but then so does the term vape, and I have to use it because there's nothing better. You know, it's the best thing you can come up with. It's a funny sounding word. Why should I be mad at funny sounding words? I love funny sounding words. I shouldn't be mad at the term vape. To vape? Vaping? Still, strikes me as odd, and not in all the ways I'm normally odd. The point being, I had to come up with a name for this darn series. This is the second episode, and it needs a name by now. And I finally settled on Liquid Considerations. So if you don't like that, it's too darn late to complain, because that's the name now. Liquid Considerations is what this is. I've got beer reviews and I've got Liquid Considerations, and this is the latter, because this is the video you clicked on, whereas you could have clicked on beer reviews, but you didn't. You clicked on something called Liquid Considerations. Shows the type of person you are, doesn't it? That's fine. You own that. You better. So, I'm a little odd. You might not have known this by now. But hopefully you'll learn. So, for this second episode, we're going from tea to tea. Because I'm a weird person. I love tea. The first liquid that I reviewed in this Liquid Considerations series was Obscura from 9 South. If you didn't watch it, I'll give you the short recap. It's honey lemon tea. It tastes deliciously weird, weirdly delicious something. It's very odd. Lots of people seem to hate it. I found it fascinating and I enjoyed it. Accidentally nicotine filled, which is the downfall to that one. That's my stumbling block. I vape 0 nicotine. Apparently everything 9 South makes is 0.4% nicotine, which is roughly 2 milligram, if that's the scale you're most used to, as I think most people are. So I had to give that one up. It was interesting, but it didn't work for me. Now, the other day, I went in to a sweet little shop into Chicago. It's the same place I got the Obscura. I went back there because I was in there to begin with. But I also had a coupon that was due to expire that very day. So I had to go in there. I picked up yet another tea-flavored liquid. This one is, I hope you can see that maybe, this is Grey Ghost from the Vigilante Juice Company. And if you can't determine from that name, Grey Ghost is an Earl Grey flavored liquid. That silence is all I can say right there. That was it. I've been vaping on this for a few days here, with other things thrown in, of course, because that's how I am. But I've been vaping on this for a few days, and I am enjoying the living heck out of this liquid. Thank you, Vigilante Juice Company. This is excellent. This is in a 0 milligram, as I stated. I vape 0 nicotine. These guys are out of Nashville, which is cool. I think I've seen some of their other stuff. Haven't tried anything else from them as of yet. After this, I look forward to trying. I've got this in my favorite piece. This is my Smoke Tech Guardian 2 pipe mod. Got an Aspire Nautilus tank, the full-size Nautilus. I love it. Yeah, it's a 1.8 ohm tank. I know. It's old school for vape, but whatever. It's cool. Got my pipe stem drip tip on there. Comfortable pipe bit style. If you haven't watched that film, I got a film about how I made this darn thing. You should watch it. Gonna vape a little bit of it. Got this guy set at 9 watts, which is not a lot. It's not a big, crazy, hot vape. Yeah, I know for a lot of you folks with your regulated boxes, doing your whatevers and your this and that, and I'm just making fun of you now, I'm sorry. My wife uses D-Leaf, the iTaste 50, and I want to say she's got it at 35 watts or something like that, you know, running a half ohm Aspire Atlantis sub-ohm tank on it, you know, I mean, yeah, that's a serious vape. This one is not. It's a 1.8 ohm at 9 watts. So freaking what? It vapes, it's delicious, there's room for variety. This is not what I would want to put in my mech with my dripper on so much, you know. This is one that I want in my pipe. It's one that I want to sit back, I want to sip on slowly all night, like a nice tea should be, like that nice Earl Grey really should be. It's not bad at all. In fact, I would say that was absolutely wonderful. The Earl Grey flavor comes through nicely. It's a little tricky where that if you're not familiar with Earl Grey tea, I am, because I love tea. I'm a tea guy. I can't help it. The thing that makes Earl Grey tea, it's not a special type of tea. I mean, it's black tea, but there's a thing called bergamot, which is a citrus. It's a particular type of citrus. I don't think they really use it for hardly anything other than making Earl Grey tea. It's not like an orange or a lemon or a lime, which I love. Lime, probably my favorite of the citrus fruits. I don't think they do anything else really with it, but they make Earl Grey tea with the oil from this thing. And that weird kind of bitter, that flavor that Earl Grey tea has, if you drink Earl Grey tea, that's bergamot. It's bergamot oil. And it's from the rind of a citrus fruit. Did you know that? I hope you did. If you didn't, I hope I helped you learn something. And it's interesting where that comes through. I hear a lot of people, when they're describing their liquids, they often talk about this flavor comes through on the inhale, but this flavor comes through on the exhale. The bergamot of the tea seems to be somewhere in the middle with this one for me. It's like after the inhale, and now with my Guardian, I should specify, I do sip this like a pipe. I take it in, I give it a breath, I give it the exhale. It's not like a sub-ohm, like a dripper or a sub-tank where I'm just hitting the thing hard and taking it all in. And it's not like any of the smaller things where one would be trying to act like it's a cigarette or something like that. That's not how I do this. Feels like a pipe to me. I sip this like a pipe. I like to get all the flavor. I breathe it in a little bit, give it the exhale. And the flavor really hits somewhere right in the middle with that, which I think is fascinating. That's interesting. I haven't noticed that quite as much with a lot of other liquids. If I had to pin it down to the inhale or the exhale, I'd say that the bergamot flavor comes through a little closer to the beginning of the exhale, but it's really interesting, and they nailed the flavor. It's great. It tastes like a very good quality Earl Grey tea. I'm sorry for vaping so much while I'm talking here, because I meant to, talk more than just sit and vape. But honestly, this thing is darn good. This thing is just freaking great. Absolutely delicious. I'm going to have to cut this off here because I don't know what else I can say without continuing to just ramble and sing the praises of this liquid because it's wonderful. Seriously, I filled this tank more than I should because that's how I am. This tank is graduated up to 5 milliliters. It holds, a little closer to 6 if you really fill it to the brim. And that is absolutely what I did with this thing. And that was like 3 days ago. And it's well over half gone. That might not mean a lot to some of you guys that are sitting there and vaping all day. But I do not. I pretty much come home, kick back and relax and have a nice vape in the evening. And that's about it. If you haven't watched my why vape video, you should probably do that. You don't have to, I don't know, I'm just making recommendations, but it talks a little bit more about my story. I hate to call myself an ex-smoker because I have not smoked. I have not been using tobacco for quite a long time, many years. So my vaping is not to substitute for tobacco, but rather to have something that I was missing. I used to love a nice pipe or a cigar now and again, and it's just, it gives me a little bit, it's just the relaxation. It brings a little bit of that back. I'm not trying to substitute or step down my nicotine. That's why I've always vaped nothing but zero nicotine. And like I said, check that out. Should be on my channel, if I may plug myself, which I may, because it is my channel. So there you go. But, thank you. I'm sorry that's rude of me. I'm vaping while speaking. I cannot help it because this is delicious. So to give these guys a plug again, not just plug myself, this was the Grey Ghost. I hope that focuses like that. I don't know. This thing is weird. Grey Ghost. From Vigilante Juice Company. I look forward to trying what else these guys have to offer. And if you've tried this one or tried some other things that they have, by all means, please comment. I want to hear it. I want to foster a little discussion here, see what everybody has to think. And we will speak to you very, very soon. Like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Do it. I don't have time for that. I'm vaping on this beautiful pipe. I'm just kidding, brother. I always got time for you. Much love.